A presentation is part of the course American Culture. Our group one will explore some key aspects of American culture. In this presentation, I am Joe and I will present the first part. We focus on definition of important cultural value and the geography of the United States. In this part, I will first explain several key concepts that reflect American cultural value, and then move on to the geography of the United States and its major regions. First, let's look at several important concepts that reflect American cultural values. To begin with, volunteerism traditionally refers to the willingness of people to help others and take part in community activity without being forced or paid. This shows that Americans place a strong emphasis on social responsibility and cooperation. Another key idea is the individualistic ethos, which highlights personal freedom, independence, and self-reliance. In American culture, individuals are expected to take responsibility for our success and decisions rather than depending on others. Closely related to this is the idea of being wholehearted, which means doing something with complete sincerity and dedication. This reflects the importance of commitment and passion in both personal and professional life. In terms of religion, synagogues are place of worship of diverse community and they present reflect the multicultural and religious diversity and that exists in American society. A very important historical concept is the Emancipation Proclamation. It is in 1863, which declare the freedom of enslaved people in the Confederate States and mark a significant step toward equality and human rights. Another related concept is rooted individualism, which emphasizes that individuals should rely on themselves instead of depending on government support, highlighting independence and personal responsibility. In addition, civic engagement refers to active participation in community and political life, such as voting, volunteering, and public service, showing the importance of democracy. Similarly, meritocracy is a system in which success is based on ability, talent, and effort, rather than social background, encouraging competition and rewarding hard work. Historically, the belief in manifest destiny played a major role in shaping the country, as it supported the idea that the United States was destined to explain westward. Finally, the frontier mentality represents a spirit of exploration, independence, and risk-taking, reflecting the willingness to face challenges and seek new opportunity. Now moving on to the geography of the United States. The United States is a vast country with a highly diverse physical landscape, and it typically divided into four major regions: the Northeast, the South, the Midwest, and the West. Each region has its own geography, climate, and major cities, all of which shape its cultural and economic development. First, the Northeast is considered the historical and economic core of the United States. It was the first region settled by Europeans and still plays an important role in finance, education, and politics. Geographically, it's located in the northeastern part of the country and is bordered by Canada and the Atlantic Ocean, and it includes the New England and Mid-Atlantic subregions. The region features a rugged coastline with natural harbor that supports trade and immigration in the past, and is also dominated by the Appalachian Mountains with a humid continental climate that includes cold winter and warm summer. Major cities such as New York City, Boston, and Philadelphia are key centers of finance, education, and history, contributing significantly to national development. The South is known for its rich cultural tradition and strong agricultural background. Although it was developed economically over time, it still maintains its historical identity. It's located in the southeastern part of the country, stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to Texas, and bordered by the Gulf of Mexico. The region is characterized by wide coastal plains in fertile soil, and the Mississippi River plays an important role of transportation and agriculture, while the humid subtropical climate supports farming activity. Cities such as Atlanta, Miami, Houston, and New Orleans represent economic growth, tourism, and cultural diversity in the region. Then, the Midwest is often referred to as America's heartland because of its important role in agriculture and industry, especially in food production and manufacturing. It's located in the north-central part of the country and is closely connected to the Great Lakes, which are important for transportation and trade. The region consists of vast plains and fertile land that are ideal for growing crops such as corn and wheat, and it experiences hot summer and cold winter. Cities like Chicago, Detroit, and Minneapolis, St. Paul highlight the region's importance in industry, transportation, and economic stability. Finally, the West is the largest and most geographically diverse regions of the United States, and it often associates with innovation, expansion, and the frontier spirit. It extends from the Great Plains to the Black Pacific Ocean and includes states such as California, Washington, and Colorado, along with Alaska and Hawaii. These regions have a highly varied landscape including mountain, reserve valley, and coastline, and its climate varies significantly, with some areas prone to earthquakes due to tectonic activity. Major cities such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, and Denver represent the dynamic and innovative nature of the West, especially in technology, entertainment, and industry.
Good morning, everyone, teachers. I'm Sohun. Today I want to talk about the capital and the state, the flag of United States. The United States is one of the most powerful and influential countries in the world, and is known not only for its strong economy and military power, but also for a unique political system and important national symbol. In my presentation today, I will focus three main parts. The first is I will talk about the political structure in the United States. The second, I will explain the capital city and the state. The last one, I will discuss the American flag and its meanings. First, I look at the political structure of United States. The United States have federal system of government. This means that power is shared between the national government and state governments. In order to avoid too much power in one place, the federal government is divided into three main branches. The first branch is legislative branch, which makes the laws, and this branch is called the United States Congress and have two parties, the Senate and the House of Representatives. The second branch is the executive branch. Its main job to enforce and carry out the law, and the leader of this branch is the President of United States. The third branch is the judicial branch. The branch interpret the laws and make sure they follow the U.S. Constitution. And the highest court in the country is Supreme Court in the United States. Now I want to talk about the capital city of United States. The capital of the United States, Washington, D.C. The letter D.C. stands the District of Columbia. Unlike most cities in the country, Washington, D.C. does not belong to any state. Instead of it, the special federal district serves as the national capital. The city is located along Potomac River between the states Maryland and Virginia. Washington, D.C. is the political center of the country where the federal government works and important national decisions are made. About the historical background, the Washington, D.C. began in the 1790s when the U.S. government decided to establish the permanent capital city, and the location of the capital were chosen by George Washington and the first President of United States. Cities were designed by the Pierre Calais Elephant is a French architect who planned the city with wide streets, open space, and large venues. That's why Washington looked very organized and impressed the gaze. The next one is the role of the capital cities. First is the political center, where the nation decides policies are made. The second is contain the important government institutions. And the fourth is the capital often represents the history, culture, and identity of the country. It also has home to many foreign embassies and international organizations, so it plays an important role in the international relations. About the government buildings, Washington, D.C. is the home to the several important government buildings. The White House is the official home and workplace in the President of the United States. The United States Capitol is where members of Congress meet and create and pass the law. And another important building is Supreme Court, where the highest church interprets the laws. Now let's talk the states. The state of United States is the political region with its own government, but it also shares power with the federal government. Its states have our constitutions, law, and government institutions. They are responsible for the many aspects of the daily life, such as education, transportation, sport, and police service. However, our state must still follow the U.S. Constitution and federal law. About the formation of the state, today the United States have 50 states. The country originally started with the 13 colonies, which declared independence from Great Britain in the 1776. As the country expanded westward, more territories gradually become states, and the new West state in Alaska and Hawaii would join the United States in the 1959. Besides the difference among the states, for example, Texas is famous for the cowboy culture and barbecues. California is known the Hollywood and entertainment industry, as well as its diverse populations. And they also have a different economic strength. For example, New York is the global center of finance and business. Political views also vary among states. Some states usually support the Democratic parties, while others often support Republican parties. Finally, I will talk about the flag of United States. American flag is also called the Star and Stripes because its design. The first official American flag is adopted June 14, 1717 by the Continental Congress, and according to popular story, the first flag was sung by Baste Road. Although the historians still debate whether this story is complete truth, the American flag had the 30 organized stripes and 50 white stars on the blue background, and the 50th star represents the 50 states of United States, and the 30 stripe represent organelles of 13 colonies that declared independence from Great Britain. And the colors of the United States flag also have a symbolic meaning. Red represent the courage and bravery, white represent purity and innocence, and blue stand for the third side or villainous. To conclusion, the capital, the state, and the flag are very important part of United States national identity. Washington D.C. serves as the political center of country, and the 50 states from the diverse federal system with different cultural and economies, and the American flag reflects the history, unity, and values of the American people. Together, these elements show the political structure, cultural diversity, and national spirit of the United States. Thank you for your listening.
Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. Today I would like to present about the geography of United States. First, we will move to location and size. The United States is located in North American border by Canada to the north and Mexico to the south, with the Atlantic Ocean on the east and the Pacific Ocean on the west. In addition, the United States also including Alaska in the northeast of the continent and Hawaii in the Pacific Oceans. With a total area of over 9.8 million square kilometers, the United States is the third largest country in the world. The vast size contributes significantly to its geographic diversity. Because of this, the country has a wide range of natural resources, including fertile land, forests, minerals, and energy sources. Furthermore, the large size also leads to regional differences in culture, economy, and population distributions. For example, coastal areas are often more densely populated and economically developed, while central regions are more focused on agriculture. And the next part, I will talk about the major physical reasons. First, about the mountain, the Rocky Mountain and Appalachian Mountain. The United States had two major mountain systems, the Rocky Mountain in the west and the Appalachian Mountain in the east. The Rocky Mountains stretch from Canada to Mexico and are also known for their high elevations, sharp peaks, and natural beauty. They are rich in natural resources such as minerals and play an important role in tourism and outdoor activities like skiing or hiking. On the other hand, the Appalachian Mountains are much older and lower. They have softened shape due to erosion over millions of years. This region has historically supported mining industry, especially coal, and also influenced early settlement patterns because they were easy to cross compared to the Rockies. Overall, mountains in the United States not only save the landscape, but also affect climate, transportation, and economic development. Next part, I will move to plant and deserts. Between two mountain ranges, like a vast area for plants, especially the grassland. This region is extremely important for agriculture due to its large land and fertile oil. It's often called the breadbasket of the United States because it produces large amounts of wheat, corn, and other crops. In contrast, the southwestern part of the country, including deserts such as Mojave and Sonoran deserts, this area have very low rainfalls and extreme temperature, especially in summer. Despite these challenges, modern technology such as irrigation system has allowed cities like Las Vegas and Phoenix to grow in these desert regions. This contrast between fertile land and dry deserts shows how diverse and adaptable the geography of the United States is. Okay, so now we move to the river and lakes. The United States had an extensive system of river and lake that are crucial for transportation, agriculture, and daily life. The Mississippi River is one of the most important rivers running from the north to the south of the country. It has historically served as a major transportation route for goods and people. In addition, the Great Lakes, which including Lake Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario, from the largest freshwater system in the world. These lakes are vital for industry, shipping, and providing fresh water to millions of people. Together, river and lake contribute significantly to economic development and environmental sustainability. Now, I would like to move to a climate zone. Due to its large size, the university experienced a wide variety of climate zones. Alaska has a cold Arctic climate, while Hawaii has a tropical climate. The central part of the country had a continental climate with a hot summer and cold winter. The southern states tend to have warmer climate, while the western coastal regions enjoy a more moderate climate. However, the United States is also known for extreme weather events, such as hurricanes in the southeast, tornado in the Midwest, and wildfire in the west. These climate variations influence agriculture, housing, and even lifestyle choices of people living in different regions. Now, I would like to move to the 50 states and regional divisions. The United States consists of 50 states, and for easier understanding, they are divided into 4 main regions. First is the Northeast, next is the Midwest, and South and West. For the Northeast is one of the oldest regions in terms of history. It includes major cities such as New York and Boston. The region is known for its roles in early American history and is currently a center for finance, education, and culture. For the Midwest is often called the heartland of America. It's known for agriculture and manufacturing. States like Illinois and Ohio contribute significantly to food production and industrial output. Chicago is one of the most important economic centers in these regions. And about the South had a warm climate and a unique cultural identity. Historically, it depended heavily on agriculture, especially cotton plantations. Today, the region is growing rapidly in industries such as energy, technology, and tourism. And the final is the West. The West is a larger and more geographical diverse regions. It's including states like California and Texas. This region is known for innovations, especially in technology industries such as Silicon Valley, as well as entertainment, including like Hollywood. It's really famous, about Hollywood. Every movie in the United States is made by this brand. Now, I would like to move to their historical development. First, we have to know about the Native American civilizations. The first people who settled out in Americans were found and misunderstood as Indian. Before European arrival, the Native American tribes lived across the continent. They developed complex societies, adapt to their environment, and had a rich cultural tradition. How about their European colonizations? From the 16th century, European countries such as Britain, France, Spain established colony in North America. This colony became the foundation of modern American society. For the American Revolution from 1875 to 1875 to 1883, the American Revolution marked the colonized struggle for independence from Britain. It resulted in the creation of a new nation based on democratic ideals. For the formation of the United States, after independence, the U.S. Constitution was adopted. It established a system of government based on democracy and rules of law. And the Civil War and the Reconstruction. Have you ever heard about the Civil War? The American Civil War was fought over slavery and state rights. After the war, Reconstruction aimed to rebuild the country and ensure rights for formerly enslaved people. And for industrialization and expansions, in the late 19th century, the United States experienced rapid industrial growth. Railroads expanded, city grew, and new technology transformed the economy. The United States in the World War. So here, now we understand the United States will play a major role in both World War I and World War II, becoming a global superpower afterward. And the Cold War era. During the Cold War, the United States competed with Soviet Union in military power, politics, and space exploration. Contemporary American. Today, the United States is one of the most powerful countries in the world. It listens technology, economy, and culture, but also faces challenges such as inequality and climate change. Now I would like to talk about the political system of the United States. First is about the constitutions. The United States Constitution is the highest law of the United States. It defines the structure of government and protects the citizen rights and freedom. The federal government structure. The United States government is based on the principle of separate of power to prevent any branch from becoming too powerful. There are 3 branches: Congress, President, and Court, Supreme Court. The legislative branch, or you can call it Congress, is responsibility to make law. It consists of Senate and the House of Representatives. Executive branch, or the President, like the President Donald Trump. The President leads the executive branch, enforce the law, and represent the country internationally. The President also serves as Commander-in-Chief of the military. Judicial branch. The Supreme Court of the United States interprets laws and ensures they are consistent with the constitutions. About the political parties, the United States mainly operates under a two-party system, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. This party have different views on economic policy, social issues, and government roles. Election and voting. Elections are held regularly, allowing citizens to choose a leader. The presidential election uses the electoral college system, which is unique compared to many other countries. Voting is considered a fundamental right and responsibility of American citizens. So, it's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your watching.
Hello teachers, my name is Gwen. Now I want to talk about the social and cultural life. The United States is for its cultural diversity. People from different backgrounds have contributed to American culture, making it rich and dynamic. Freedom and individualism are core values in American society. In this presentation, I will focus on entertainment, presidents and vice presidents, and famous places of interest. Music is a very important part of American culture. The U.S. is the birthplace of many famous music genres such as jazz, blues, rock, and hip hop. These genres have influenced music all over the world. There are also many legendary artists such as Elvis Presley, who is known as the king of rock and roll, and Michael Jackson, who is considered one of the greatest entertainers of all time. And in modern music, Taylor Swift is a global superstar. Overall, American music plays a huge role in global entertainment. Next, another important aspect is social welfare. The U.S. government provides support through programs such as Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. These programs help elderly people, low-income families, and people with disabilities. Although the system is not perfect, it plays a key role in supporting citizens in need. Festivals are widely celebrated in the U.S. Some major holidays include Thanksgiving, when families gather and enjoy a big meal, especially turkey. Another important holiday is Independence Day, which celebrates the country's independence with fireworks. Another popular celebrations include Halloween and Christmas. The festival reflects both tradition and modern culture. Sports are extremely popular in American life. The most popular sports include American football, basketball, and baseball. Major leagues like the NFL, NBA, and MLB attract millions of fans. The biggest event is the Super Bowl, which is watched by millions of people every year. The president is the most powerful leader in the United States. The first president was Theodore Washington, who helped build the foundation of the country. Another important president was Abraham Lincoln, who led the country during the Civil War and worked to end slavery. Franklin Roosevelt helped the country recover from the Great Depression. The current president is Joe Biden. The vice president supports the president and takes cover if necessary. The current vice president is Kamala Harris. She makes history as the first female vice president in the U.S. This shows progress in gender equality in American politics. The U.S. is famous for many tourist attractions. One of the most iconic landmarks is the Statue of Liberty, which represents freedom and democracy. Another natural wonder is Grand Canyon, known for its breathtaking views. The White House is the home of the president. And Times Square is a famous entertainment hub. They play attract millions of visitors every year. In conclusion, American social and cultural life is diverse and influential, from music and sports to politics and tourism. The United States has a strong impact on global culture. Thank you for listening.